Okay, this is Diesel We the People News. I'm not an attorney, so any type of advice I give or say is just my opinion and my opinion only. Alright? I never look straight forward. I always look around me, be able to protect myself by any means necessary. Alright? This is a learning video. Very, very, very learning video. And to this guy, it was a very expensive learning deal. Alright? It's a forfeiture, y'all. It's theft by the cops. They have no warrants. And somehow or another, the government figured out a way, unlawfully, to make something legal, to be able to steal your stuff without no proper cause. Alright? And I don't know what would have happened, but the one thing I do know had happened is this guy answered a simple question. Do you have cash in the car? And he said yes. And, well, I guess you'll see.
All my cash, all my dreams, all my life savings, he got cash.
And what did he give you in return?
The officer gave me a receipt, man, a piece of paper. No citation, no nothing. My name is Emil Woods. I'm from Natchez, Mississippi. I grew up in the country, man. Hunting, fishing, riding horses, swinging through the bayous on vines, just country stuff, man. I have a racehorse here, and he's my baby. I took him in, and I fed him, and he fell in love with me, and I fell in love with him.
Along with raising racehorses, Emil hosts barbecues at his home, works construction, and drives tractor trailers.
He came to me one day, and he said, babe, I want to own my own trucking business. I said, okay, that's cool. What do you need me to do? He said, can you help me get this truck? I said, okay. So I started working overtime.
After finding a few potential trucks in Houston, Emil borrowed $13,000 from his niece and $6,500 from Jordan. He brought over $40,000 on his trip.
I made it almost into Houston, and they got pulled over by the cops. Why? What's wrong? His initial answer was I was following too close behind a box truck. He asked me to have drugs and cash. I told him, no, sir, I don't do drugs. I have no drugs. But he was like, do you have any cash or maybe a large sum of cash with you? I'm like, yeah, I have cash. The normal questions and stuff like that, it wasn't there. He was just focused on one thing. And that one thing was cash. After so long, when he got what he wanted, he let me go.
The officer seized $41,680 from Emil. He was not arrested for, charged with, or convicted of any crime.
Calling Jordan, telling her about what happened, I was at a loss for words. I really, I choked up,
I worked hard for that money. There are days that I didn't even want to go to work because I'm tired. And to just have it taken with no explanation, it's terrible. How do you start over?
All of my drive, all of my motivation, everything was gone. All I can think about was everything we saved up, and it's hard.
Emil and Jordan are not the only victims of policing for profit. Between 2018 and 2020, law enforcement across Texas added $135 million to their budgets through seizures and forfeitures. More than $37 million of that went to salaries and overtime paid directly to the people who decide whether to seize and forfeit property. Houston takes in more than 10% of the statewide total and pays more than $2 million every year to police just for salaries and overtime. The more property they seize, the more money they make. This financial motive to seize property has led Houston to adopt shoddy practices. One example, Houston forfeiture petitions rely on a form affidavit.
Okay, let's quit calling it seize. Number one, attorneys. It's called theft. They need to put in the paperwork they seized. Well, that's a legal term. Quit calling that. Call it like it is. They stole $41,680. But just because they're a crime mafia, don't get them any extra safety nets of names. Right? Oh, okay. Oh, Your Honor, I didn't steal a car. I seized it. Okay? Well, oh, okay. Well, since you only seized the car, that's okay.
That's a sworn written statement that uses cut and paste language. The process is an assembly line to push through as many forfeitures as possible. Their evidence of probable cause is often a dog response.
Okay, now sit and think about this first of all, y'all. All this writing, these are done by attorneys. They're not done by the cops or anything like that, or even so much of the local officials. They pay attorneys to write things out, to put all these legal terms in there, including our representatives. They don't make these laws. They had attorneys do it.
To the odor of drugs after money has already been seized. Houston's practices violate the Texas Constitution. That is why Emil and Jordan are fighting back with a class action lawsuit.
Fighting for myself, I'm fighting for others. I'm fighting for everybody it happened to in the past, and I'm fighting for my dream. I want it back. I want it back. Cash is not a crime for no one.
Let's get this straight, y'all. Cash is not a crime, no matter how much you have on there. But what they do use, for some of y'all who don't know, is that the cash has been in illegal progress. They say that every cash that runs through the system has some type of drug residue on the money. So no matter what, that cash is drug dealer. You're not getting punished because you didn't commit a crime. That money, wink wink, has been arrested because it had drugs on him. We talked about property taxes doing the exact same thing. Well, this forfeiture thing that's what they're doing. Is saying the money is committing the crime, not you. Y'all, we need to kind of get together with our government and quit blaming all these things on non-living things, right? How can my house commit a crime? How did that money commit a crime to be stolen or kidnapped? All right? If that money is a drug dealer, well, by gosh, get that money up in the court so it can argue its case. Just saying. All right, this will be the People News, y'all. Bye.